What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm going to show you how to install the AZDOME PG17 dash cam onto this Subaru Forester.
ハイパースピードメディア。
Okay, for the first step, we're going to disconnect the battery before we do any kind of electrical work. I'm going to just disconnect the negative side of the battery and leave the positive side on. So before we get started with the installation of the dash cam, I do recommend additional purchase of this hardwire kit. It just makes it so much easier to install the dash cam onto your car. All right, so inside the hardwire kit, it comes with all these components right here. This is the main cable that we're going to connect into the dash cam. Here's a fuse puller tool, and also it comes with these 4 additional fuse tabs that you have to use the correct one specifically for your car. All right, on the cable itself, you'll see a couple dip switch. So basically what that does is that it allows you to shut off the dash cam if it detects your battery is running low. So you could put it to whatever voltage you would like. And now we need to locate the fuse box, which is located right here on the driver's side kick panel. What we're going to do is tap into that line and run the line all the way up to the pillar, to the headliner, and to the dash cam itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull this pillar piece out. Then I'm going to remove the fuse cover. And in some unit, you could remove the side panel right here. I'm going to try to remove it here. So this car allows me to remove the side panel, which gives it a lot more easier access to run the wire. So on the back of the fuse box lid, there's a diagram for the fuse. So what I'm going to do is remove 2 fuses. One is connected to the battery, and another one is a 12-volt switch. I'm going to remove the door and the accessory fuse to connect to the wires. So here's the 2 fuses that I pull off the car, and here's the 2 fuses that came with the kit. So we're going to connect these fuses into these connector right here, and then connect these connector into the main cable. So you want to put the fuse that you pull off the car into the bottom slot right here, like so. And then you want to put the fuse that came with the kit onto the top slot. So it should look something like this. And now we got to do the same on the other connector. And we should have 2 connectors with 2 fuses on each one of them. On the cable itself, you should have 3 leads. One is black, red, and yellow. Black is for ground, red is for the battery, and yellow is for accessory. So I'm going to connect my door switch fuse onto my red connector, which is for the battery, like so. Then I'm going to do the other connector for my accessory switch. It should be something like this. And on the black wire right here, we're just going to ground that into the chassis of the car. And now we're ready to run the cable. I'm going to connect the fuse lead into the original spot of the fuse. And then for the black wire, I'm going to run this into any part of the chassis that is metal. That will give it a good ground. And here's the ground wire. What I'm going to do is bolt that into this bolt right here, because that bolt right here is connected to the chassis, so it's going to give a good ground. I'm going to do it from the inside. Loosen this bolt up, stick it through the back where it's connected to the chassis, and then tighten it down. So that should give me a good ground. All my fuse is already connected. And with the excess wire, you can zip tie it into place and secure it into the back. And now we can put the cover back on. Before we put the pillar back into place, the kit does come with a rear view camera. If you would like to install this, now's a good time to do so. What you want to do is run the wire from where the dash cam goes to the top of the liner and all the way back into the rear of the car. Keep note that you will need a 12 volt power supply, so you have to tap the red wire into a power supply in the back. Now I can put the pillar trim back in place. And now we're ready to mount the dash cam. The kit does come with 2 different size rubber band. Make sure you use the correct size for your rear view mirror. It simply just connects to the top and bottom of the dash cam, like so. Just a side note before we install it, there's 3 connectors on the top and an SD card slot on the top. The 3 connectors are the power supply, the rear view camera, and the GPS unit. The GPS unit does come with the unit, and you can connect this and mount it with a double-sided tape, and you can stuff the wire into the headliners. It's probably hard to see it on camera, but the screen is now on, and there's a power button on the bottom to turn it on and off. Okay, now we're going to do a driving test to test out the video quality of the dash cam. So my first impression of the dash camera is that it really do work. I mean, the mirror and the LED screen in the back both work. You kind of see both at the same time. It's kind of trippy a little bit. It's best to see the LED screen at night or under a different angle, but you could definitely see both of them working at the same time. You can see the reflection like a regular rearview mirror, and you can also see the LED behind it. And when I tap on the screen, I can see the menu clearly. So it's it's working as it should. And I haven't reviewed the video quality yet, but how does it look on your screen so far? Do you guys like it? I mean, so far so good. I kind of like this dash cam, and it doesn't take up too much space because it's using the space of the rear view mirror. You know what I mean? So probably the most important thing about dash cam is able to see the license plate of the car in front of the dash cam. So we're going to drive closer to the next car and see if we can see the license plate on the video. All right, so now it's nighttime, as you can see on the dash cam. So to use the screen as a rear view mirror, you can simply say, turn off display.
Screen turned off.
And the screen will turn off, and the mirror will act as a regular mirror, just like your normal everyday driving car. And to simply turn it back on, you can simply touch the screen and the display will come back on. So it's a double feature. It works as a rear view mirror and also a display. And now, since I'm on the road, if I like to see the car behind me, I simply say, turn off display.
Screen turned off.
And the screen will turn off and I can see the car behind me. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video.
ハイパースピードメディア